For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild.
West Virginia, to my mama. Take me home. Okay, so look, I think it's pretty safe to say that Fallout 76, as it is right now, is a pretty fantastic game. But what if, and just hear me out, what if this game was a lot better? I know it's a crazy thing to say, but I dare to say it. Because if I don't, who else will? Probably nobody. So how about today we tackle the momentous task of rebuilding Fallout 76. Non-player characters have always been a staple of Bethesda's games. However, Fallout 76 has a distinct lack of them. Sure, there are the enemy characters and these robots, I guess, but they don't really do that much at all. No, what I'm talking about is quest-giving, unique, dynamic NPCs. You know, like Preston Garvey.
I got word of a settlement that needs our help. We've got to show people the Minutemen can really help them.
Well, maybe not quite like that, but you get what I'm saying. Somebody who adds more life to this lifeless game. An NPC who's just a regular person, going about their regular NPC life, and sending you on quests to get like a carrot or something. I mean, all because this is a multiplayer game doesn't mean it has to be devoid of NPCs. Can you imagine playing Elder Scrolls Online, but it was only the players? It would be terrible. I mean, more terrible, but that's exactly what they did here. And good job on them. They wanted an empty wasteland, and that's what they've made. A big, boring wasteland with no unique, friendly, non-player characters. I mean, sure, there are quests, but ironically, 90% of the quests are literally just Bethesda trying to explain why there are no characters in this game.
My God, there's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone.
Yes, it is rather strange, isn't it? I definitely agree, Bethesda! One of the best moments I had while playing Fallout 76 was when I realized there was a wanted man on my server and that I could hunt him down like a bounty hunter. It was awesome! And for a fleeting moment, I actually had a lot of fun with this game. However, I haven't actually been able to recapture that moment since, and it's left me wondering, why can't I do more of that? I mean, how cool would it be to just be a bounty hunter and hunt down all the criminals populating the servers? It would be fantastic! Certainly a lot better than going around collecting a bunch of junk all day. I mean, who even wanted to do that to begin with? But unfortunately, as the game is right now, that's simply not gonna happen, because there just isn't enough people in one game at a time. You see, at max, Fallout 76 allows 24 people in a game, which sounds like a lot, but in reality, it's actually pretty small. And that number tends to be even smaller since it isn't uncommon to have fewer players than that in your game, which means unless you're playing with a friend, you're probably not gonna see anybody at all while playing, which is a huge problem for a multiplayer game like Fallout 76, because this game is built around the fact that other players are playing with you, but instead it feels like you're really the only one in the game. So if Fallout 76 wants to succeed, it's gonna need to increase the amount of people on a server, not just so I can be a super cool bounty hunter, but also so that players can experience the game as it was meant to be played, with other players, because otherwise, what's even the point? So Fallout 76 definitely has a problem when it comes to the multiplayer aspect of their game. But there's another multiplayer-based issue that I think this game is sorely lacking, and that is a central hub, a place where players can gather together, meet new people, buy new goods, and just generally hang out. An environment that is away from all the looting and shooting that consists of the main game. Something like Diamond City in Fallout 4, an enclosed environment that helps encourage player interaction and community building. I mean, honestly, the fact that this game doesn't have that currently just seems kind of stupid. I mean, maybe to you it doesn't seem like a big deal, but for someone like me, it really makes a difference. After a long day of running and gunning, I want a place where I can sit back and relax, and where I can show off all the cool gear I've found, or purchased, I guess. I suppose that technically that's where the whole build your base part comes in, but you can't really share that with others, aside from your friends. Because if any strangers do show up, are you really gonna trust that they won't just kill you and destroy everything you worked for? 'Cause I'm not. I'ma kill them first! Bethesda's Atomic Shop is an absolute insult. I mean, to charge $60 for a half-baked game like this, and then to charge $18 more for a paint color that you can only use on one outfit. What? Now look, unlike most people, I don't think Bethesda should get rid of the storefront. I honestly don't. In my opinion, it makes a lot of sense. However, the way they are using it is just ridiculous. First off, Bethesda seriously needs to lower these prices. I mean, yes, the stuff is very nice, but $12? That seems a bit too high. However, Bethesda also needs to change what they are selling in the storefront. Currently, all the things here are things that honestly should just be in the game to begin with. I mean, a Pip-Boy paint color? Seriously? It's just a different friggin' color. That's stupid, Bethesda. Instead, what should be sold in the store are things that wouldn't make sense if they were actually in the game. Like the Dragonborn outfit. I would buy that. Or the Dishonored mask. That would be pretty cool too. Or even something else. You know, those things have value and they don't really belong in the game world on its own, meaning they are the perfect thing to be selling as an additional item. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the customer. Nobody important. The next one on my list is something that Bethesda has actually said will be coming in the future, but if this game wants to survive, it really should be available right now, because I don't think people are gonna wait that long, to be honest. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure most people have already given up. And the thing I am talking about is modding. Modding is the #1 thing that could save this disaster. Honestly, it should have been available in the game from square one. I mean, just imagine the possibilities that could have been. Running around the world as Batman with your best friend who's also Batman, because let's be honest, who wants to be Robin, right? Lame. Or even just imagine playing the game, but it's not super buggy. That'd be nice. Unfortunately, however, that didn't happen. Instead, we paid $60 for a terrible game with no hope that it would ever get better. And so far, it has not. I mean, I keep hearing that Bethesda's issued new patches and fixed the game, but honestly, it runs worse than it did when it first launched. And I still can't hold anything at all without immediately getting over encumbered. And it's really too bad. I mean, the hardcore Bethesda fans could have saved this game. They could have made it worth paying $60 for. But instead, we are stuck with this stupid pile of garbage. Todd Howard, you're back. No, wait, I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. Why, Todd?